A staple of most modern porn shoots is that big, globby cum shot. That giant payoff at the end of all of that hard work. And many of the loads, they appear so massive that they seem like they're unreal. And sometimes that's because they are. It's just more reliable than counting on male talent to give them the right amount and the placement. And that means a producer can shoot a promo cum shot stills before and after the actual scene. Um, Similar tactics are used for cream pie and cum play fetish films. So if your real life cum play just doesn't seem to match up to what you see on the screen, don't be discouraged. Sometimes what you see cannot be believed. I am Primal Piggy. You can find me on Facebook at The Primal Piggy, all one word. I'm also an admin of a rather large Facebook page called Whips, Chains, and Duct Tape, about 120,000 followers. You can find that on Facebook at WCDT BDSM. Thank you for listening to our podcast today. If you're listening on your favorite platform, be sure to leave a review or a comment so that people can know what you like and dislike about our podcast. We're always open to criticism, and we like to hear what you have to say. And if there's something we need to change, we want to look at being able to change it. You can find all of our resources at www.bdsmunited.com. And so uh, today we're looking at the fetish fluid of cum or semen. Let's look at 10 facts about cum. Number one, although many people use the words sperm and semen as if they were synonymous, the truth is that sperm comprises only about 5 to 10% of cum. The rest is comprised of bodily fluids and an array of nutrients that aid, protect, and comfort the sperm in its journey toward, the female egg. Semen contains vitamin C, fructose, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, vitamin B12, zinc, nitrogen, and calcium. So that is quite a lot of nutrients packed into that cum shot. And just a word that it doesn't have to, even though it is somewhat evolutionarily designed on a journey toward a female egg, it's a lot of fun and totally valid if it is never is deposited in a female at all, or if it's played with in a variety of other kinks. The average size of a cum load is half a teaspoon, containing around 200 million sperm. If a man has an inactive sex life and doesn't often masturbate, sperm that stores up inside his body without being released will eventually die and be reabsorbed into his body. Another note here, I'll use the term man, him, his, and those types of pronouns in this, yet not everyone who has a penis and not everyone who is able to produce cum and sperm is identifies as a man. And so even though we're going to use these defining terms, they are applicable to anyone of any gender identity. Sperm can live, number three, sperm can live for up to 5 days inside a vagina. Depending on how friendly the vagina is, on average, sperm will live about 24 to 48 hours once inside the human being. Uh, if her acidic balance uh, is just right, sperm can live up to 5 days inside her womb before perishing. Good diet, number four, good diet equals good sperm. Bad diet equals bad sperm. Sperm count and quality can be greatly affected by one's dietary habits. Foods that will give you vibrant, healthy, muscular, happy, robust sperm include oysters, bananas, walnuts, asparagus, garlic, lean beef, and chocolate. Mm, that's one good reason to eat chocolate. It's also important to drink plenty of water. If you're looking to increase fertility, avoid cigarettes and put down that bong. Stay away from vodka. Say no to the bacon, cheese, cupcakes, and sausages, and switch to drinking decaf. That's only if you're looking to increase sperm count and increase the fertility of your sperm. For the rest of us, we may not even that may not even be our goal. That may not even be our kink. That may not even be necessary. Number 5, cum likes it cold and dies when it gets hot. The reason people with penises have a scrotum is that healthy sperm enjoy temperatures about 7 degrees lower than the average human body temperature. Heat can also lower your sperm count for up to 6 months. The condition is known as scrotal hyperthermia. Huh, interesting. Number 6, some women are allergic to semen. I would say some people are allergic to semen. The condition is known as seminal plasma hypersensitivity and can cause redness, swelling, itching, and burning in the vaginal area. Number 7, semen has antidepressant qualities. Cum contains dozens of compounds that have all been known to alleviate the blues. Semen is a mood enhancing remedy that contains cortisol, estrone, oxytocin, prolactin, melatonin, and serotonin. Number 8, semen is formed in 3 different parts of the human body, not just the testes. The first is the prostate, which forms a milky substance full of enzymes, proteins, and minerals. The second are the seminal vesicles, which produce the fructose as well as 2/3 of the fluid. And the third are the testicles, which produce the sperm and some other fluid as well. Up to number 9, pre ejaculate or pre cum, as we like to call it, does not actually contain any sperm. The pre ejaculate comes from a different gland entirely, called the Cowper's gland, and it is thought to provide a lubricant for the semen that comes from ejaculation. That being said, if the person has recently ejaculated, their pre ejaculate could pick up some leftover sperm on its way out of the body. So it's always good to be cautious if fluid bonding is not a part of your kink scene. And then we come to number 10. There are 4 common ways to stimulate a cum load. Most common is stroking the penis itself. Others are anal stimulation, urethral sounding, and stimulating the taint. You can explore each of these alone or with a partner, and they're all excellent and very valid kinks and fetishes. Stroking the penis, it can be your hand, manual stimulation. It could be used. It could be stroking it orally with one's mouth. It could be in a penis, a vagina, or some other hole. It could be in a toy, such as a fleshlight or a sex doll or something like that. And then anal stimulation. Typically, that's done with something like a finger, another penis, a peg, And a lot of that is just light tapping or rubbing on the prostate, sometimes called prostate milking in certain scenarios, sometimes related to pegging, sometimes related to fingering. And so, just those little taps on the prostate. The method of urethral sounding is using a sterile sound, metal or plastic or some other device that is a sound, that is metal, that is sterile and very well lubricated, hopefully using sterile lube. And you go down through the shaft of the penis, and you lightly tap again the prostate with either vibrations or by tapping on the sound. And when it taps on that prostate, uh, it stimulates a cum load. Stimulating the taint that's that area between the anus and the testes. That is often done through vibration. Something like a magic wand would work really well. There are other ways to stimulate an orgasm. You could use a mind fuck. You could use mental bondage, or it doesn't always have to be touching someone in order to stimulate an orgasm. Sometimes it can be done mentally through certain fetishes, certain kinks. Some power exchange relationships, people can mentally learn to come on demand. Let's see, what other ones can I think of? Uh, anything that excites somebody can help stimulate a cum load. With somebody who has a paraphilia, that would be someone who has an erotic fetish. Like for me, it would be sadism. The whimpers of inflicting pain on my partner are very exciting to me and can stimulate a cum load without even touching my penis. And so, there's a lot. It's not just physical stimulation, but also through mental stimulation. We definitely want to point that out. And so, at the beginning of this episode, this podcast episode, I talked about how um, some cum loads are fake. They would oftentimes in some porn, they would use a type of like a hand lotion. There was a certain hand lotion uh, that porn models often say tastes absolutely horrible, but looks just like and acts like cum. A lot of times these days they make lubricants, water-based lubricants that have the look of cum, and you can use it with toys. You can use it just to simulate, a huge cum load if you like to just play with cum. Um, People sometimes like cum in their mouth. They like it on their body. They like it on their chest. It's not always just about putting a penis inside of a hole and playing with cum that way. Some people like to eat it and consume it. Some people like the taste of it, like to put it on their body. They like to, do whatever your creativity and imagination can come up with is a valid kink or fetish for you involving cum. uh, I am the Primal Piggy, or I am Primal Piggy. You can find me on Facebook at the Primal Piggy. You can find me at Whips, Chains, and Duct Tape at WCDT Find me on Facebook. Look for us at Primal Piggy. You can just search that in the search bar, and I should pop right up. There are some videos there of some of these podcasts that have videos associated with them, or you can listen to the podcast there as well. Again, thank you for listening.